like in there.
Well, he's not here.
Yeah, I'm
Check.
texting off. Recording in progress.
Chief?
Good go. At this time, we'll call this meeting to order. May I have a roll call, please?
Trustee DeBoer?
Here.
Trustee Truttschel?
Here.
Trustee Pfeiffer? Trustee Walflager?
Here.
Trustee Connor?
Here.
Trustee Halquist? President Vanderstel?
Here. At this time, if everyone would rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Trustee Truttschel. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, anybody that would like to speak in public comments? Does not appear we have anybody that wants to speak in public comments. I'm going to ask the board, we have someone on via Zoom, Kathy Gutenkunst. She is an attorney that's here for the for a CSM that's in Delafield. I'm going to ask someone to make a motion. We don't have to, but I'm suggesting that we make a motion to suspend the rules so that we can bring that item up to the front of the line. I believe that she may have some stuff that she has to do tonight, so that way we could get it done for her, and I anticipate it's going to go right through.
All right, I'll make a motion to suspend the rules to have the person on Zoom kick off the meeting.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. It's been moved and seconded to, what item number is it? Move item 5 up to the first item that we would address on the agenda, or that we would suspend the rules, allowing that item be moved up. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? That motion is carried. So I believe that all of that being done in one motion can bring item 5 up to the forefront. These are two properties that are becoming one. Plan Commission looked at this. It's not something that we anticipate is ever going to come to the village of Hartland, and it's not, I mean, though they do have to come to the village, this is that extraterritorial certified survey where we get like a mile and a half outside of our borders to say stuff into towns, but I don't see any reason why we shouldn't approve this, and we did not see any reason why we should not approve this at Plan Commission was sent up to us. Mrs. Gutenkunst, do you want to add anything on that?
No, thank you, first of all, for taking me out of order. Sorry. I'm not sure I'm doing this. Thank you for taking me out of order. No, we're simply merging two non-conforming lots. They're immediately adjacent to Pewaukee Lake. They're not quite on the shore, but right next door. And to your point, this would not be an annexation property in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody?
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the extraterritorial survey at N28W29685 Oakwood Grove Road, town of Delafield, as stated.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the extraterritorial certified survey map for N28W29685 Oakwood Grove Road, town of Delafield. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? That motion is carried. Thank you, Kathy. She knew I was going. Thank you guys for that. I was just trying to assist. I guess she had some other stuff to do. So, the next item we have on our agenda is the introduction of Library Director Andrew Kristensen.
There you go. Thank you. My name's Andy Kristensen. Jeff, you said the last name perfectly, so thank you. A lot of people say Christensen. A little bit of background about myself. I was born in Minneapolis but raised in Menominee Falls. My parents lived in that little sliver of Menominee Falls that went to Sussex-Hamilton, so I spent most of my youth in Sussex. That included working at the Culvers on 164 in Sussex, so I met a lot of people from Arrowhead that way, and I got to know the community well from them. I also even got my senior portraits way back when done at Lombard Studios. They used to be here in Hartland before I think they left for the Wisconsin Dells. Graduated from Hamilton in 2010, then went to UW-Madison for 5 years, graduated there in 2015. Worked at Epic Systems for about a year. I was a project manager for them, and then I left for Orlando, Florida. I was a store manager with Target. I don't know if any of you have ever been there, but the first Target that I went to was actually the Super Target closest to Disney World. So that was quite an interesting experience. Met a lot of different people from a lot of different places, walks of life. End of 2019, my parents both had some serious health issues that arose. So my girlfriend and I decided to move back here permanently. I got my Master's of Library Science from UWM last May, and I've been here at Hartland since May of 2021 as the Adult Services Librarian. I also worked at the Waukesha, Butler, and Brown Deer Public Libraries in various librarian positions prior, and I became interim last November when our previous director resigned, and this is now, if I'm correct, my third official week on the job here. So very excited to be here. I've already made some great relationships with my other department heads. I know Sarah and I are already talking about some cool summer plans, possibly some fall plans, Halloween stuff. So really looking forward to it, and I'm very honored and excited to be working here.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, and I do want to say, obviously that library is a staple to this community. It's well-funded by the community. We give more than we technically have to by law, and I think that's a statement from the village board, but also the village as a whole, that it's something that they take very seriously. It's extremely important.
Staff notices that too, and we appreciate it. Yep.
Good. And I think that, I just think it's an outstanding organization. It's an outstanding place that renovations have been done over time to make it better and better and better. And excited to see all the things you take it and do, and happy to hear you're already networking with the other, whether it's rec or whatever, to make all that work together to get more people in there. I think that's awesome. So congratulations.
Definitely. Thank you.
Congratulations, Andy.
Thank
We're
you, Tom.
excited to have you.
Yes, excited to work with you. Yes.
The next item that we have on the agenda is consideration of the village board minutes of the March 13th, 2023 meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the amended minutes of the March 13th, 2023 meeting.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the amended minutes because it was resent out. That's all, just wanted to make sure. Okay. Any discussion?
I just want to say the amended part, it's just a couple things that I asked Darlene to put in there that had been missed. Very minor. Thank you.
With that being said, I just want to, that's the best way to do it. So thank you, but I think it's always easiest that we get it all in the packet before it comes out. So it's always really nice to be able to, if anybody ever sees anything, any of the people, but especially like Darlene and Ryan or any of the department heads, contact them. You don't have to, we don't have to say it at the meeting, but I'm just saying that's great. Thank you for doing it that way, Ann, because now we have the minutes all right in front of us, and everybody might make a mistake here or there. There's nothing wrong with calling them and like, hey, whatever.
Darlene actually had copies for all of us already
Yep.
sitting here, so
Yep.
thank you.
Perfect. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Abstain.
That motion is carried. The next item that we have is consideration of a motion, consideration of vouchers for payments, or a motion for the vouchers of payments in the amount of $356,760.62.
I'll make a motion to approve the vouchers in the amount of $356,760.62.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the vouchers in the amount of $356,760.62.
I have questions.
Discussion.
Discussion.
You got a motion, yeah.
Financial administration, can you answer those, Darlene?
I may not.
Well, I'll save that for Ryan.
You can bring them up as a point if you want.
Well, I just noticed that we had a package and cyber policy renewal under financial administration for $54,968. And my question is that annual? Is that just to protect the cyber part of our computers?
I would imagine that that's part of our policy with the League of Wisconsin. Right, but
Okay.
they're kind of the agent
Okay.
that deals with the
Oh,
league.
I did not know that. That's good to know. And then also, we have on here some funds going to Rupert and Milky on permitting, survey, and design on the Hartbrook Bridge. And my question is, what is the status of the bridge?
So we talked to it's called Wheeler Manufacturing, who's making the bridge. The bridge should be constructed and finished within the next couple of weeks. But the problem is we're still waiting for DNR permitting because of the waterways. And then once we get the permitting, then they'll know what kind of abutments they can create. Then they have to still do design on the abutments, which is the concrete that holds the bridge up. So the bridge will be sitting idle for a couple of weeks, well, probably a month or two. I don't foresee that bridge being put on or in, I should say, until at least July.
Oh, okay. Another question for you.
Sure.
Could you tell me what the status is on the Nixon Park parking lot? Again, we have some funds going to Rupert and Milky on design and such. What's the status of that?
So I explained to the park board last park board meeting, the status on that is we're going to start the existing tennis courts. We're going to move the fence in, and we're going to put parking there along the splash pad and the existing tennis courts. That's going to be 1 tennis court and 4 pickleball courts. So that'll be done here in April. They'll seal it once the temperature reaches 60. They can seal it and finish that up. So that is supposed to be done before the hometown celebration. Then right after the hometown celebration, as you recall, with our impact money, there's going to be 6 pickleball courts put on the east side of the driveway between the existing road and the outfield fence of the tennis courts. So that'll be done in July, and then as of September 5th, 5th or 6th, whatever Labor Day is, the day after Labor Day, we are going to shut down Nixon Park, and then they'll start on the parking lot, the recreation of the parking lot, and also they're going to do the paths around Nixon Park. Repave.
Okay. Just going back in memory, is the memorial project done? Is that just a dead issue then at this point?
Yes, we never heard anything more about it ever since the Legion put one in.
Okay,
It
that's
fell
all.
to the wayside.
Okay, thank you very much. That's all I have.
I don't know if anybody's gonna know on this, but that $4,500 that's on page 3, it's under general administration, it's still 5-star, I'm sorry, it's not general administration. Anyways, it's $4,500 to 5-star fireworks. I guess if we could just find out if that was a deposit as part of the total, or,
I would
okay,
assume.
I assumed as
Down
well,
payment.
but I just wasn't sure why.
Yeah, I saw
So,
it on
anyway,
I know that we generally do give them a down payment to
Yeah.
get it booked, so I would suspect that.
lock in the date.
Mhm,
Okay.
exactly.
Cool. Anybody else? Go ahead.
On page 2, not 3.
Yep, sorry. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? That motion is carried. Now we have actions related to bartender's operator's license for Trinity Dahl, Anthony Davis, Lindsay Kratz, Jody Wingers, Serna Martinez. That's all of them.
I'll make a motion that we approve all the bartenders' licenses.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the licenses for bartender operator. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? That motion is carried. We already read number 5. We took that item first. We'll move on to item 6, which is discussion and consideration of awarding a contract for the 2023 crack sealing program to American Pavement Solutions, Inc. in the amount of $29,502.
So the village, through our budget process, we budgeted $55,000 for crack sealing this year. We sent it out for proposals. We received 4 proposals from 4 different companies. The roads that'll be done this year are Four Winds, Overlook, Windrush, East Capitol Drive from Maple Avenue to Merton Avenue. The lowest bid came in was American Pavement Solutions Incorporated. Staff recommends going with American Pavement Solutions Incorporated for $29,502.00.
Dave, that's a huge difference in the quote amounts. Did they forget like half the village or what?
No, We reviewed the contracts. We're thinking that they've got other jobs around the area, so they'll just keep their crews in town.
Okay.
So we actually questioned that as well, because if you look at the other three, they're right around the
It's almost
50,000.
twice as much, yeah.
Correct,
Okay.
correct.
Yeah, I mean, that's substantial.
That's what I did, if you look, it's all on here, it's just the prices are like pennies on the dollar. So
Yes.
It could be that it was just the convenience.
We're thinking they're all in town, they'll have their crews in town, and that's why they're,
So we verified with them, that's the price. It wasn't a
Yep.
mistake. It's not gonna be a huge change order. They feel confident with that.
exactly.
That's good.
Yep,
Tar's not
we
gonna
did
wash
reach out
away
to,
the first rain.
what's that?
Tar's not gonna wash away the first rain.
And Dave, we've got history with this company, right?
This is actually a newer company. We do not have history with them, and they did, Rooker and Melke called on some background checks, and they all checked out.
Okay.
Wow.
Good.
That's awesome.
And I'll make a motion to approve the 2023 crack filling program to American Pavement Solution in the amount of $29,502.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the contract for the 2023 crack sealing program to American Pavement Solutions, Inc. in the amount of $29,502. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? That motion is carried. The next item we have is discussion and consideration of awarding a contract for the 2023 paving program to Wolf Paving Company, Inc. in the amount of $1,360,316.40.
So every year we put out a bid for, request for proposals for paving throughout the village. This year, the roads that we're going to do is Cottonwood Avenue from Pauling down to Cardinal. We were supposed to do the north side of Cottonwood, but we put that on hold just because we don't know the results of what's happening with that hotel. So we also are gonna do Walnut Ridge Drive, James Drive, and Richards. They are all in the Walnut Ridge Industrial Park. We're gonna do Tree Ridge Court and River Reserve Drive, and also Nixon Park. So we put it out for proposals. We have the normal typical three, which is Wolf, Stark, and Payne and Dolan. Wolf Paving Incorporated came in low, so staff is recommending going for the 2023 paving contract to Wolf Paving Incorporated for $1,360,316.40.
Paving to do that?
Maybe next year.
Are we good with all three? Have we had any problems with either?
Yeah, we're fine with them.
We're good.
So Wolf was purchased a couple years ago. We think now that they're pretty grounded now.
Okay.
We're
Okay.
happy with them.
Okay, cool. Anything else?
I'll make a motion that we approve the contract to Wolf Paving in the amount of $1,360,316.40.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the 2023 paving program to Wolf Paving Company, Inc. in the amount of $1,360,316.40. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? That motion is carried. Announcements.
I do want to inform the board that we finally filled our DPW staff. We just hired our last laborer that will round us out. The gentleman's name is Tim Fisher. It's really nice. He's 3 minutes from town, so we like to hire people that are really close to respond to emergencies. So his name is Tim Fisher. Thank you.
It's great. Thank you.
Fire department, we've just been busy with calls. Our auction closed today on all the stuff that we had out, all the old equipment and that, and everything had a bid on it, so we made some pretty decent money on some of the stuff. Once that's all gone, then we're gonna start our building project, moving rooms around and getting stuff in place for the new supply room, so.
Any, on the auction item, any hot ones that you'd be like, hey, this is about how much you get?
That old squad car, I think we got $8,000 for, a little
Oh,
over
okay.
$8,000. All the rest, pretty decent pricing, you know.
Okay. All right.
So.
Speaking of Wisconsin surplus, we did also put the playground equipment on there from Centennial Park. They have 2 weeks to remove that because April 10th, the new playground equipment will be installed. If you recall, that new playground equipment is actually from 2022. It finally came in. So that'll be installed April 10th.
And you put it, did it get bid on?
$5,000.
And they have to come and
we had
take
to
it
put
out?
as is because there's some inspection issues.
Sure, sure.
Things at the library have been going pretty steady. Over the first 12 weeks of the year, circulation has actually been up anywhere from 1% to 5%, and foot traffic has been up anywhere from 10% to 20%. So we're seeing a lot more people come into the library, not necessarily to check out books, but to actually just be in the library, whether that's taking advantage of our new gaming system that we just installed, or we see a lot of tutors right now that are also using the building. And in the coming months, we also locked down a few programs for adults and children, and we're working hard on our summer reading program right now.
Just two quick updates. Our squad cameras are in. So we actually installed them in one of our squads just to make sure all our visual lines for operating a squad are there. Ergonomics are good. So we're having all the officers test that, give us feedback, and then we'll install the other 4 squads. That way, if we got to make any tweaks, we're not doing 5 different reworks, doing it all together and doing it right. Right now, GTAC, which is the company we purchased from, is scheduled to come out on April 27th to do a department-wide train the trainer type course. And then we'll go live after that date on that system. So we'll be up and running by the end of next month. And then at the end of this week, on Friday, Lieutenant Brian DeBarge graduates from the Northwestern Command and Staff program. As you recall, that was a pretty intensive 10-week program. It's one of the well-known police leadership and command schools in the country. That and FBI National Academy are your kind of top 2 standards. So we are excited to get Lieutenant DeBarge back after a long 10 weeks of being gone, but he'll bring a lot of knowledge with him from that training and have him hit the ground running back on second shift next week.
Congratulations to him, because it sounds like he's almost done. Do they have like a ceremony for all them that are out there?
Oh yeah, it's a big deal. I think we're at Brookfield Convention Center for the ceremony
Oh, awesome.
on
Okay,
Friday,
great.
so I'll be there Friday afternoon.
Awesome. Darlene, anything?
If you want to report an absentee, go for it.
Up to today, there is 294 absentee ballots in from people coming up to the counter and voting, so great. Looks like numbers are gonna be high. Obviously, people can continue to come through the village. The only day that's a little weird is Friday, because we stay open that extra half hour until 5 o'clock. That's the law. I believe that's why. It's the law, we gotta stay open till 5, but so every day is 7:30 to 4:30, but Friday we do stay open till 5 to take ballots for anybody that comes in and votes. Once it is 5 o'clock on Friday, that's it. Everything's pretty much done until election day then, because then they're making the books. So even registrations and stuff, they'll say, come in on election day. If anybody has any question on that, they can call the village hall and they'll give any answers that they can. Anybody else have any announcements? The election is on the 4th, next Tuesday, so I can't think of anything more for that.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn this meeting. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. This meeting's adjourned.